You think these two teach opposite things. One says want nothing, the other says want everything. But put their actual instructions side by side, and it's the same move.
On the surface, they belong on different shelves. Tolle is the quiet mystic of stillness. Drop your thoughts. Accept this moment. Watch the suffering self dissolve. Abraham-Hicks sounds like the opposite. Feel good on purpose. Attract the life you want. It sounds like a vision board.
So most people pick one and quietly dismiss the other. I think that's a mistake, and I'll show you why.
Here's the real problem. If you only have Tolle, you might feel peaceful, but stuck, present, and going nowhere. And if you only have Abraham, you might chase, and wonder why the manifesting never quite sticks.
What if neither one is complete on its own? What if each teacher is holding one half of the same instruction?
In the next few minutes, I'll show you 3 places where Tolle and Abraham are saying the identical thing in different accents.
Then I'll show you the one place they truly split it, and why that split is the best news in this whole video.
Start with the move itself. Both teachers build everything on one instruction. Stop resisting what is. Tolle calls it surrender. And he's careful. Surrender is not giving up. Picture being stuck in mud. You don't say, I resign myself to the mud. You accept that you're stuck, and then you act.
Tolle's whole instruction fits in 2 words. Accept, then act.
Now listen to Abraham describe the same thing, just with a different picture. Abraham says, nothing you want is upstream. So stop paddling. Just let go of the oars, and the current carries you home.
Accept the mud. Let go of the oars. That's the same gesture. One stops fighting the moment, the other stops fighting the current. Same move.
Okay, but maybe they're stopping resistance to reach different places. They're not. Watch this. Tolle calls the ground of everything being, or the unmanifested. The invisible source out of which all things flow.
Read that again. Tolle literally uses the word source, the invisible source of all things.
And Abraham? Abraham calls it source energy. The eternal stream of well-being from which all that is flows. Same word, same idea. Put it on the board. Row 1, the source.
And here's the part that should stop you. Both say the same shocking thing. Well-being is the default. Nothing is generating your suffering. You're just resisting the good already streaming toward you.
Abraham's image is perfect. You can't find a dark switch to flood a room with darkness. There's no source of dark. Only a resistance to the light that's always on. Row 2, the obstacle. For both, it's the same single thing. Resistance. So if there's one source, how do you reach it? Both teachers point at the exact same door. Tolle says the present moment is the only point of access to being. The now is the doorway. There is no other. Abraham says, all of your power is in your now. The only place you can choose alignment is right here. Row 3, the doorway, the now. They agree completely.
And there's a 4th agreement, quieter than the rest. Both say you are already whole. You don't need to add anything to be complete. You just stop noticing.
Row 4, your identity. Already whole. The board is full. On 4 counts, these opposites completely agree.
So if they agree on the move, the source, the doorway, and your wholeness, why do they feel so different? Here's the split. And it's all about one word: desire.
Tolle is wary of wanting. He calls the endless striving for more a dysfunction, even, in his words, a disease. For Tolle, wanting is how the ego keeps you out of the now. Always one more thing, a hole that can't be filled. Abraham says the opposite. Desire is the feeling of life itself. Abraham calls them rockets of desire. More, more, more. The mantra of an ever-expanding universe. Don't suppress the wanting. Relish it. This is the real fork. Tolle says, dissolve the seeker. Abraham says, empower the creator.
But here's what took me years to see. That's not a contradiction. It's a sequence.
Watch how they fit together. You can't allow from a state of resistance, so Tolle goes first. Floor 1 is Tolle's gift. Drop the resistance. Surrender into the now. Get quiet enough that the fighting stops. Floor 2 is Abraham's gift. From that clear, aligned place, and only from there, you gently point at a life you'd love.
A Tolle reader who feels calm but stuck is exactly who Abraham was built for. And an Abraham fan whose manifesting won't stick is missing Tolle's foundation.
So stop choosing sides.
Let go of the oars. That's Tolle. And then, if you want to, point the boat. That's Abraham. The stillness and the dream were never enemies. They're the same river. And you've been standing on its bank the whole time. So I'm curious. Which floor are you living on right now? Tolle's stillness or Abraham's creating? Tell me in the comments. I read them.
And if this clicked, I made a whole video on Tolle and Joe Dispenza where presence becomes a launchpad for healing the body. It's the natural next step. I'll see you there. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments what you'd like us to cover next. And check out our website, thedeepsynthesis.com, where we go deeper on every topic, plus a free convergence map waiting for you.